everybody. Today I want to talk about keyword research and what it really should be. Because I think a lot of people look at keyword research as I just need to find one good keyword that will bring a lot of search and engagement to my shop, and people will definitely buy based on that one keyword. And that's not really what it should be in my mind. In my opinion, when you're doing keyword research, what you should be doing is trying to see patterns of how people search, words that they use very commonly, and just kind of understand your customer better. And yes, you do want to look for specific terms that are good, good search and engagement so that you will get more traffic. But if you have those terms, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get more traffic. I just think that we are looking at keyword research in the wrong way. And if you look at it as a way to educate yourself about the manner in which people search and the types of things that they look for, it'll be really easy to come up with titles and tags and the descriptions for your items. And I've been putting together these keyword lists, and I'll link to those in the description, but they're very specific to one keyword. And as I'm going through them and I'm looking at all these different keywords, I'm really kind of learning a lot about how people search for different things. And I've done a few in different categories at this point, but the way that people search for jewelry is very different from the way that they search for greeting cards. And those are two of the things that I've done so far. I've done earrings and greeting cards. The way that people search for those two things is very different. But you can figure this out if you start looking for patterns. Go into your own Etsy stats and look at the keywords that people search and see what the patterns are. For me, most of my customers tend to search by event. They're looking for something for a specific event, or they're looking for something for a specific color, or that's basically it. So they're looking for themes and they're looking for colors. So if I keep that in mind as I'm developing products, or I'm writing my titles, or I'm writing my descriptions, then that can help me make better choices of the keywords. Because if I focus on something that people aren't searching for, then it's not going to help, and it's going to probably waste the space that I have in the title and the tags. And I'll give you an example. I use a lot of terms that I use to make, like the materials to make things, wafer paper butterflies, wafer paper cupcake toppers, right? But that's not really how people search. And my first inclination is to say, I just need to say that it's a wafer paper cupcake topper. But people who are looking for cupcake toppers aren't really thinking, what is the material that they're made out of? They're thinking edible. Some people say eatable. Some people say that I can eat, or they're just looking for the theme. So if I put edible cupcake toppers, that'll probably bring more traffic than wafer paper cupcake toppers, because people don't know wafer paper to begin with. And I see this a lot in jewelry and in like things that are like artwork. Artists will use very specific terms that are technical terms, and customers don't search that way. So I'm not saying not to use them, because some people do. Once they've been in there and they start to see the types of words that come up a lot. They're like, oh, okay, now I understand I need to search for this specific thing in order to find what I'm looking for. But just to start out, and even not to start out, but just down the road, a lot of people don't search for the types of technical terms that we do, because we're the ones that make things and we know different words for them. So I hope that makes sense. But when you're doing your keyword research, definitely think about the global picture. Don't think about such minute detail that you have to find one exact phrase, because that's not really going to help you. What you want to learn is what your customers think and how they're typing search phrases in, because that will relax you a lot. If you understand that they search in a specific way, you can just write a title about that. And when you're looking for different keywords, you can go look for those kinds of terms, as opposed to trying to think of different ways to describe things. If you know how your customers are thinking about things, you don't have to think about that. You can just think, how is my customer going to describe this? And you're probably going to do better off. So leave me any questions if you have them, and I will talk to you later.